Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island Australia season is this season 5? I think so. Episode 1. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. If I'm coughing and sounding very stuffed up, listen. That's just the reality of my situation right now, okay? So I've been aware that previous seasons of Love Island Australia have been pre-recorded, but this season, they're really driving home the fact that it's going to be so dramatic. So I'm like, okay, if the season is already wrapped and they're saying it's dramatic, it might be dramatic, guys. I think I'm sold. The first episode had a lot going on, so let's dive right into it. Everything is in its era this season. I think that the producers have been on TikTok a lot this season, but it's okay. If you haven't already seen my first impressions on the cast, go watch that because I will not be going through everybody in this episode. However, the typical format of Love Island is the guys come out, the girls step forward, the guys pick which girl they want. This time it is reversed. Everybody gets to meet everybody, and then the girls are the ones presenting themselves, and then the guys step up for who they want, and then the girls make the final pick. So going into the picks, Tia was first, and everybody was a fan of her. However, she chose Trent. Savannah was next. Oli is the only person who stepped forward for her, but she's chose Zach. Ben, Oli, and Nate stepped forward for Tyra, and she chose Ben. Kira was next, and nobody stepped forward for her, but she chose Oli. And last was Niki. Zach stepped forward for her, leaving Savannah. However, she chose Nate. So already we're seeing that there's some competition that's going to be here. Honestly, Savannah, let me not jump ahead. All I'm going to say is Savannah is interesting. The first couple to get to know each other is Oli and Kira. In my opinion, Kira wasn't feeling it. However, Oli is her type.
Oli's got super white teeth. Oh my God, they're like blinding. I actually feel like I could probably do my makeup in them.
Didn't even like step forward.
She led where he didn't step forward. And it's sort of like, whoa, Johnny, step back, hold up.
I quite like Latinas, like.
Okay, cool. So I'm polar opposites. That's fucking fantastic.
Regardless of whether or not Oli is her type, she is not his. He wants a Latina. She is not a Latina. He wants dark features. She has blonde hair, blue eyes. It's just not the vibe. She also was giving me a little bit of judgmental era, I guess. She's in her judgmental era. I don't know. And she was on Married at First Sight beforehand. And I feel like that Kira that we met is definitely the Kira who we're going to get on this show. Granted, Harrison deserved the smoke that she gave him. But now I'm like, girl, you got to loosen up. You got to open yourself up. This isn't the time to really roast people. It's time to get to know people. But either way, Ollie's not the one to get to know. So that's totally fine. Tia and Trent had a conversation. I'm not going to lie to you. It was very hard for me to follow. Even though I watch a lot of Australian television, sometimes the accent does go over my head. Not even gonna lie to you. But they were laughing a lot, which I guess is a good sign. Ben and I think it was Niki? Who's with Ben? Tyra. Ben and Tyra are getting along as well. Their conversation wasn't too deep, but there was a lot of giggling, there was a lot of laughing, so there's some attraction there that we can work off of. Then you have Savannah and Zach, who by far have the most awkward conversation.
To be honest, I usually have like really toxic relationships.
Yeah.
My family are calling me, being like, you need to leave this person. This is my ex. I did that myself, like with an electric toothbrush.
Wouldn't you be like, that was a bad idea? But then after 3, you've got to be thinking like, you know, this is not cool.
Now, girl, I don't know why this woman wants to flaunt the markings of her ex-lovers as if it's something to be proud of. I mean, it's good that you're not ashamed, but it's also not something to be proud of. Like, I don't know what Savannah was thinking. She's a smart woman. Doesn't she have a double degree and she's in law or something like that? I'm just like, you've got all your marbles. So what would make you think telling guys that you have 3 ex-boyfriends or situationships tatted on your body is a flex? It's not a flex. Immediately, Zach took that as a red flag. He tells the other guys, listen, this is what Savannah has going on. And this is starting a trend for Zach. Zach has a big mouth, and that's going to reveal itself as this episode keeps going on. In the evening, Kira's trying to have a conversation. Is it Kira? Man, there's too many us. Kira, Tyra, Savannah, too many. Kira is trying to get to know Oli a little bit better. And in my opinion, things weren't going well already, so why was she trying to get to know him more? I don't know.
I know it's only day one, but I feel like I'm like,
Not opening up.
no.
Kira's giving off a bit of a weird energy, and it's hard to read what she's about right now.
I don't chase at all. Like, if you want to do your thing,
Play games.
that's fine.
We're both just, I guess, not each other's romantic vibe.
Oli is very clearly being reserved. He does not find Kira, maybe he finds her attractive, but he is not attracted to her, okay? He wants a Latina. I don't even think there's any Latinas casted currently. So if they don't ever send a Latina, just know that he ain't really checking for you for real. Oh, my voice is going, guys. Oh, no. Oh, no. But yeah, I felt like the connection was not there even at the beginning of the day. So I guess Kira needed a second conversation to really solidify that it's not there. She says that she doesn't chase men. She attracts them, and she's not here to beg. This conversation felt a little bit beggy, just a little bit, but it's fine. They've established that they are just friends. Now, that's going to be a theme for a lot of the couples right now. Like, they're just not feeling each other, with the exception of Ben and Tyra and Trent and Tia. Ben and Tyra were the only ones to like cuddle up at night. So definitely they have some kind of connection going on, right? But in the morning, Nakia is feeling like she and Nate are just friends. So now that the women are hearing that Nate is fair game, they're starting to have an interest in him.
I would love to just like get to know Nate a little bit more, especially if he's getting friend zoned right now. So
I would love him to train me.
Same. He's the reason I would get up every day and go to my training sessions.
Nate is actually insane. See his arms? He's built different.
If a girl is seeing a guy as just a friend, yeah, it's open season.
Honestly, I'm so surprised that the first day Nate didn't get as much attention as he's getting now. I feel like he's one of the more attractive guys, but then again, I'm not from Australia, so maybe the beauty standards over there are very different. Why am I saying maybe? The beauty standards over there are different, okay? But yeah, the women are seeing Nate in the gym. He has this silent confidence that's really working for him, and they're being drawn to him. The issue for me is Tia. Because the night before, Tia had told Trent she's all in for him at the moment, right? He had asked her, well, I don't remember who asked who, but they talked about if they have eyes for other people, and they both said no. So now Tia's going back on her word, and it's gonna get out. It's gonna be a thing, but we'll wait to get there, okay? Zach clearly has no interest in Savannah. Honestly, I do not blame him. Savannah's giving crazy girl on the corner. I don't know if she's the vibe. So he's trying to get to know Nakia to see if there's something there.
I'm just not feeling it the way that I should be.
He's not really your type, is it?
No.
Yeah. I was in bed, and I was thinking I'd rather have been in bed with you than anyone else.
They really wanted to know.
Literally all of them.
That's very surprising to me to hear.
Why?
I feel like Nate's been the quietest.
Nakia says that it's good to know that she is somebody's number one. Nakia, the man was partnered up with somebody and decided to step forward for you, and you decided to pick somebody else. You were his number one from day one. What are you talking about? Anyways, she's telling him all this tea about the girls being into Nate. And so Zach decides to take Nate aside and tell him, hey, you've got some secret admirers.
Things aren't as solid as they're looking with Ben and Trent. So, you know, Ben and Trent think they're solid.
Yeah.
But they want to get to know you more.
That threw a huge span in the works. Like, it definitely makes you feel good.
Like I said, Nate's silent confidence is definitely working in his favor. There's a couple of the guys in the villa who are just very... And you know what? It's not even an issue to be sure of yourself. They are very sure of themselves, but it's like boastful, you know? Both Trent and Ben are like, oh, we're solid. We've got the best connections. Nobody's touching our relationship. I'm like, it's day what? Well, it's day 2, but they've been here for 24 hours. Like, come on. They are pretty sold on their relationships, but they don't know that their women have eyes for other men. You got to be careful about that. Also, you got to be careful, Zach. This is the second time now that you've gone around telling business to everybody. And I know people in the villa talk, but especially if a guy is a gossip girl, that's going to find you in some trouble with the guys, potentially. So, of course, now, oh God, here we go again. Of course, now Nate, oh, come on. Now Nate knows that Tia has interest in him, so they're going to get to know each other better.
It's better to just not look.
Yeah. What motivates you? What do you want to do? What's your goals?
Yeah, I want to buy a house, like, literally at the end of the year.
It's good to have that type of mindset. You can seem like you're very switched on in that regard.
How are you feeling about the other chicks? Got to know anyone?
You caught my eye from the beginning for sure.
We were getting hot down there. And no, it's not the weather hot, like... Yeah.
So I was here for this connection. I really was. I think that Tia gets along better with Nate. Of course, her and Trent the first day were like very bubbly and out there, but these two had a slightly deeper conversation and there is a more natural attraction between them. And then she lost me when she compared him to Michael B. Jordan. Baby, the only thing they have in common is that they're both black. They look nothing alike. Tia, please don't piss me off, girl. Please don't piss me off. Like, maybe she meant like the Michael B. Jordan like era, since everybody's in their era, you know? Or aura. Hopefully it's aura or era, but definitely not a comparison because they are nothing alike. The episode ends with a new bombshell entering the villa, and it is Lucinda.
I actually was on the UK Love Island.
She sounds like Lucinda from...
She does.
Who's Lucinda?
She was in the UK one. Shut up.
It fucking is.
It is.
It fucking is. That's Lucinda.
I literally watched the season she was on, and I was like, holy shit, she's smoking.
Yeah.
Lucinda is a walking Instagram filter.
And she's got badonkadonk.
Holy fuck. Lucinda's definitely got potential to turn all the guys' heads in here, that's for sure.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, when the announcer was like, we have a Love Island icon coming into the villa, it's Lucinda. I'm like, icon? I mean, she's an alum, for sure, but icon to me was a little bit of a stretch, especially since people are looking her in the eye, having watched her season and still not sure if that is Lucinda. To me, that's not iconic behavior. Let's be honest. Like, that is not iconic behavior. However, it is good to see her back. It is good to see her more matured. I think she said on her season she was either 20 or 21, and now she's 23. Her voice reflects the maturity. The vocal fry is gone. Thank God. Her voice was so irritating. Now I can actually stomach her voice. It is beautiful. She's a stunning girl. It seems like all the guys are into her. Ben was trying to say that me and Trent are pretty secure in our relationship. Trent would beg to differ. Trent is very into Lucinda. He's like, who is Tia? Don't know her, never met her. I don't even know those 3 letters. T-I-A? Never seen them put together ever in my life. So the women, rightfully so, are feeling pretty threatened that Lucinda is here, and I like it. This is what a bombshell is supposed to do. Granted, Lucinda hasn't actually done anything, but her presence alone has the women shaking. I love it. I love to see it. I'm ready to see where this goes. The host had said that the Love Island villa is in its spicy era. So she was encouraging them to like step on toes, start the drama. So I really hope that this season really dives into that. There's going to be a bombshell coming in. His name is Reed. He looks like the guy from Superstore. Listen, I'm not even saying that he's not attractive, but he doesn't give me bombshell. We'll see though. He might make an impact. Who am I to tell? As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.